Aquarius, welcome to my channel. I have a story for you. I tried to do your video and my camera cut off, and there's no real explanation for that. I don't know why it happened, but it caused me to have to re-record it. So what I'm letting you know is your reading was very long. These are about 12 to 15 minute readings. 10 to 15 minutes maybe, and your reading was like 30 minutes long, and I'm not going to do that to you this time. But I will shave off the time on that a little bit. I'll try not to spend so much time on certain points that I was trying to make in the original video, but there are a couple of rows. I got through a couple of rows of pulling cards before that happened. So I'll link that for you so you can see at least that legitimate card pull. But after that, I guess it cut off after the second row was pulled, and then here we are. So what I'm going to do is just kind of jump right in there. I'm going to explain a couple things that happened. Your cards, when I was shuffling them, they were jumping all over the place, but they weren't hitting the floor. They weren't falling in my lap. They were just jumping out on the table, like out of the deck. Like when I would try to shuffle to pull a card for you, they would just jump all over the place. They were falling out and jumping out of this deck. And I'm just telling you that normally the cards come out smoothly for me. So I felt that energy. It was I don't really want to say a negative energy, but I want to say a fragmented energy. They were just jumping out. I mean, these readings require 3 cards on each row, and your reading, when I pulled these 3 cards from the first deck, it insisted that I take this card as it came out as well, and it came out with the 3rd card because it insisted that I take 4 cards there. And then when I was pulling these cards, I ended up later in the reading pulling another card just because I was explaining. I was trying to reiterate the fact that you were dealing with a water sign and fire sign here person who, I mean, that's difficult in itself, much less an air sign trying to navigate through all that emotional turmoil between water and fire. So I was kind of making a point there of this roller coaster type sequence here: fire, water, fire. And then I said, let's just pull another card. And so I pulled out my Who's Who deck again, and I started to pull another card, and then this card just jumped right out of the deck. It was amazing how it worked. I wish you could have seen all this. It was amazing. And so that reiterated the fact, it kind of cemented the fact that we were talking about this energy you're dealing with. If you go back to this person, if you take this person back, or you let them come back to you, or you both decide to get back into this relationship, you're going to be on some sort of an emotional ride. Fire, water, just point blank fire here. Just the flames and the emotional drowning. Flames drowning in the emotion. I mean, it is just making me dizzy when I was talking about it. And when I pulled those out and explained, I was going to explain to you, and I'll just take it from here. Fire and water is hard to deal with in the beginning. If you're a fire sign or a water sign, it takes years for those people to see the other person, really see them, because they're operating out of 2 completely different elements for 2 completely different reasons, with 2 completely different sets of emotional boundaries. Sagittarius will just come out there and tell you like it is, and that's probably what attracted you to this person, or kept you near this person or close to this person. If it's not a romantic relationship, it's a person who you've had to keep near to you for some reason and in some way. And that fiery energy is probably what drew you to that person, unless you're a family member and you're just born into this family member's space. But the water part of it would be difficult for you as far as being a water and fire person here. This person would just, you would just throw your hands up and probably leave the center digit on your hands straight up in the air and walking backward out the door if you had to deal with this person in a romantic way. So that's why I'm saying I really don't think that you would be able to hang in there with you could hang in there, but I don't think you hung in there with this person in a romantic sense. And if you did, I really want to hear about this. I need to know who I'm reaching here, because this reading is just unbelievably, it is just screaming out messages the whole time from the very first card pull. So if you take this person back, if you guys try this again, whatever this is, this situation, this romance, whatever, you're going to be in a situation where you're going to go back to something that was bad, and you're going to go back to something that's worse than it used to be. Even if it's only been a week that you've been away from one another, it's going to be so much worse than it was before you got there. In the beginning, it's going to be everybody on their best behavior, but after that, it's going to fall right back into the negative energy that it was before, and which is all the things that caused you to want to remove yourself from this relationship, and then it'll just get worse and worse from there. Now, you're having to pretend to be someone you're not, and I don't mean that in the way that it sounds. You're having to be careful to not show your whole self. You're having to be careful not to say the wrong thing, do the wrong thing, think the wrong thing, because this person won't let you live that down anytime you do it. Things you say or do, or the way you do things, or decisions you make, or not making a choice quick enough, things like that drive this person crazy. And then, if you forget to, I don't know, do certain things when you greet this person, this person you're dealing with, they're just heck to deal with. I mean, it is insane. This energy is insane. I feel like I'm going to blow up, like explode from the inside out. That's what it feels like, just sitting here trying to read this energy. It's exhausting. And if you decide to try again and take this person back, or they take you back, or you guys decide together to try it again, you're going to be taking a lot of hits, and you're going to be crucified for it. And the Crown of Thorns card, that's like you're wearing a crown, but it's a crown of thorns. It's not a jeweled crown. It's a crown of thorns that are very hard, and they are sticking you in the head, and you're bleeding from all the holes that they're putting in your head. So it's like a false sense of putting you on a pedestal. You're being admired for the wrong reasons. You're being put on a pedestal. I'm sorry about the people mowing outside this window. I just did not want to wait on your reading. Please forgive me for that. I did not want to wait. I didn't want to remove these cards and then try again. I need these same cards to stay on the table here. So you're being it's like being set on fire by someone, and then that person comes back and throws the bucket of water on you to put you out. They set you on fire, and then they put the fire out. They throw the bucket of water on you. And it's very, very emotionally abusive. And I mean, that is some crazy, crazy making energy right there. That will drive a good person insane. And there are a lot of good people that were driven insane by that type of treatment. And mental institutions are full of them. Excuse me. Sometimes it throws people into schizophrenia as well. And I know that we won't get into that, but I'm just telling you, some people never come back from this emotional trauma. And I just feel this is traumatic for you. I feel that you're a very strong person, though. I don't feel like you allow yourself to like drown, just let yourself drown in the feels of all this. I feel like you just kind of stand up and, like I said, maybe shoot on the bird on your way out the door when you leave, that type of thing. And if you're not physically doing that, you're at least saying it. You're giving them the verbal form of the bird, or you're just saying it under your breath when you get in the car. But you don't hold on to this emotion, and that's what has saved you so far. So if you go back to this person, you're just gonna get a couple steps closer to your ruination, because this is a horrible, horribly bad, horrible situation. I mean, this is just devastatingly horrible. I feel it. It's like you just want to pack a bag and run out the door and never come back. Never stop running for, I don't know, 10 years or something. Just keep running as far away as you can get. And that doesn't mean you don't care about this person. It just means this is how bad you feel. If you decide that you're going to let this person go, you're going to run into some confusion within yourself. You're going to deal with confusion. You're going to go back through all of the things that have occurred, and you're going to see them for what they are, and you're going to have to work through those and understand them, all those things. And then you'll go through the state of fragmentation, where you realize that this person, this relationship you've had, has caused you to lose pieces of yourself, and you're not sure where you lost them or where they fell, but you're going to get on your hands and knees with tears in your eyes, and you're going to crawl around the floor, and you're going to pick these pieces up, and you're going to put them back together again. You're going to put yourself back together again. You're going to replenish your soul. And the reason I know that without a shadow of a doubt is because you have the Grace card. The Grace card is the image that this whole deck is surrounded by and based on. You can see that. That is the image on the front of this deck, and that is the Grace card is when your creator, your God is putting his hand down, and you're walking up onto his hand, and he's going to take you and heal you. As long as you get this process going, start this ball rolling, you're going to be healed with divine grace. It's done. It's already been done, as long as you don't go back to this person. If this is your reading, that means a lot to you, because I feel that pain, and it's very devastating. I'm probably going to have to take a break after this reading. Now, when I pulled your Words of Wisdom cards, they came out beautifully. They just came out like butter. We were trying to figure out why this person treats you the way they do, what causes so much pain in your life that you can't really put your finger on, and you never really could understand that, and then they seem to adore you. It's very disturbing to you, and it's disturbing me having to imagine you going through this energy. But we pulled the card for that, and we've asked for the answer, and it's jealousy. The person has some sort of jealousy for you, and that jealousy could be they're jealous of the way life goes for you. Let's say you're an Aquarius with Sagittarius in your chart, your rising sign, or your moon or sun or Venus, whatever is in Sagittarius. You're probably, you can push that envelope all the way to the edge. You can go all the way to the edge and put something all the way on the edge of a deadline and still make the deadline. You can leave to get somewhere that's so important to get there, and you got to be there in 1 hour, and you leave with 40 minutes to get there. There's no way any human is going to make it in 40 minutes when it takes everyone else rushing an hour to get there, and you can do it in 40 minutes. I don't mean speeding. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about pushing that. You push your luck a lot, and you can because you have a lot of luck. And if that Sagittarius is in your chart, that's what goes on. And that could be the reason this this person that you're dealing with has such jealousy for you. They could just see how red carpet just kind of rolls out for you without having to even ask for it. And it's because, Aquarius, you've already got it in your head. You already know you're going to be there. You already know and see yourself being there. And that's the way it works sometimes, isn't it? So what you're being asked to do is you're being told this divine answer that's for you to hold within and not really to use as ammunition, because when we asked for that answer about why is this person torture you like this, they torture you emotionally and spiritually, and just soul deep torture. And they don't realize how bad it is because you don't really tell them how bad that is. I don't know if you've ever really come out and said anything out of fear of losing the person forever, but you're being asked to connect with someone you trust. I know you have someone in mind when you heard that. Connect with someone you trust. That person will always be there for you no matter how long you're apart. And for you to know within your soul, the reason that you have gone through what you've gone through with this person is because they're jealous of you for some reason. It's probably your favor, because you have divine favor, and that's okay. You know, if someone wants to hate you because you have such a connection with the divine, then so be it. I want to wish you the best, Aquarius. I'm sorry I had to go through so much to get this reading to you. I hope I didn't skip over anything that I needed to spend more time on. It was just so important that I got it to you that I've kind of done it against all odds here. So something about that against all odds is very meaningful for you, and I do hope that this reading has helped you in such a huge way. I do. And all my love to you. Please subscribe. Please like the video. If you don't like it, please don't hit don't like. Don't hit the dislike button. That just means if it doesn't resonate with someone, it just means your energy isn't in my reading here. It doesn't mean that I blew it on your life. It just means I didn't misinterpret your life. This just isn't your reading. So please don't dislike my videos. Just maybe skip that part if you don't enjoy the video. But if you do like the video, it resonates with you, it speaks to you, hit the like button for me. It helps me grow. Subscribe, please. And go down to those links in my description box and join me on Facebook or Instagram. We're going to have so many beautiful things. We're going to give away some beautiful merchandise from the store once it's up and ready. Everything's being revamped right now. It won't be long now, but we'll start doing all that, have drawings and lots of beautiful things to give away, and lots of fun things too. And I want to just give back to you all for supporting me. And I want to wish you the best. Please take care, and I will be in touch with another reading soon. Thank you, Aquarius.